Hey everybody, this is genoboost from GameMusicForAll.com, and I'm back with another video game inspired album review. This time I'm reviewing some more Voodoo Lion. This is the second in his series of video game beat tapes. This one he has titled Rust and Blood, and though the album title may sound dark, that's only because it is dark. This is a horror Halloween themed EP of video game themes, and as we dig in, you'll see how creepy it can get. So, of course, every year a lot of artists release horror themed or Halloween themed albums, and this one was definitely the one I jammed the most for Halloween 2015. This album opens with a track called A Crimson Trail, and basically it's the beat to the PlayStation if the family from The Exorcist had a PlayStation in their house. Of course, anyone that's a big fan of Earthbound knows that Hip Tanaka did half the tracks. The amazing composer for early Metroid titles, who created that intense and foreboding atmospheric music. Of course, he brought the same to the Earthbound series. And Voodoo Lion takes those creepy themes from Earthbound, most specifically Cave of the Past, and flips that track over. No matter how creepy it gets, he just lays the drum work down, and you're nodding your head in no time. Basically, in my mind, I'm creating an Earthbound hack called Earthbound, which is basically like a hip-hop version of Earthbound. And if that dream were ever to come true, I definitely have to have a 16-bit version of this Voodoo Lion beat on that album. Of course, no horror-themed video game album is complete without the incredibly creepy binaural beats of Lavender Town from the original Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, Yellow, Fire Red, Leaf Green. I think that's all of them. We all know how creepy this track is. This town, Lavender Town, is famous for its cemetery. That doesn't feel fun for anybody. Anyway, all the haunting sounds and creepy voices and strange stereoscopic beats of Lavender Town definitely do a lot to haunt you in this Voodoo Lion remix. And this Pokemon remix definitely has me hankering to do another Pokemon-themed subcon episode, but that is probably still a while in the future. Of course, another staple of creepy video games is the Silent Hill series, and the music of Akira Yamaoka is definitely a big part of what makes Silent Hill so creepy. And since I mentioned it, it's clear that Voodoo Lion does a super dope remix of some Yamaoka. So it's clear that Voodoo Lion does some dope Silent Hill remixes too. It takes the sounds of Pyramid Head and turns them into a bumping rhythm that I could jam to all day without fear of, being murdered by a giant dude with a giant pyramid for his giant head. Did I already mention an earlier track as my favorite? Because if I did, that's all wrong, because this track is my favorite. That Silent Hill remix is definitely some ill stuff that I haven't heard a Silent Hill remix like this before ever. So there you have it. Moving on though, this album is just full plain old greatness. If you need a creepy album, if you need a horror album or something to bump at your Halloween party, or at the end of seeing or if you're just on your way to see a horror movie that day, definitely bump these sounds, because whether you're a fan of the original soundtracks or not, you can definitely get down to the dope beats, but also the incredible creepiness factor. So it's the best of both worlds, basically, if your worlds are a hip-hop world and a Halloween world that have somehow merged into one. I'm getting really off track here. Okay, so Voodoo Lion has dropped about 2 albums in about 2 months as I write this, and both of them have been basically hot, super fire, like the kind of fire that is on the surface of the sun kind of fire. Okay, so both albums appear to have taken a section of Voodoo Lion's life, assuming 8-bit, 16-bit, in the first one that I reviewed, 8-bit childhood, and then we're moving on to some older and adult themes here with the PlayStation era, with tracks like Silent Hill and that creepy PSX startup theme that I mentioned earlier. And he shared these moments of his life with us via incredibly dope remixes. This guy should be having so many followers, so many fans on his Twitter and his SoundCloud and his Bandcamp and all that good stuff. And that's why I'm trying to hype him up right now, because it's some dope stuff that you gotta check out. Alright, I gotta calm down too. I still don't know too much about this guy. I've talked to him a little bit on SoundCloud at this point, and he seems like a really cool dude. That's cool with me bumping his music to anyone that is willing to listen to me. But if he keeps up this intense pace of remix albums, I worry for his health and safety, because I get some spontaneous human combustion just listening to the album. So who knows what he goes through making them. I of course want more music from him, like immediately, because more of a good thing is always a good thing, right? But I also need a lot of time to ingest these albums, because these are some really dense, condensed, compact albums that I like to really suss out. And I'm really glad we're on video so I can make all these hand motions that are completely unnecessary. Staying focused though, that's basically the review. Check out this Voodoo Lion album and the other Voodoo Lion albums that are out at this point and have been released at this point, because these are some one-of-a-kind remixes, and these are some one-of-a-kind remixes. Check them out. If you have your own video game-inspired album that you want me to check out, definitely leave a comment below and tell me about it. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at genoboost. Thanks for watching another one of my off-the-cuff reviews, and hopefully you check out the album, and be sure to subscribe to me on YouTube at youtube.com/gamemusicforall.